All right, y'all, if y'all can handle it, this YouTube video is coming to you on horseback as I'm riding through the pasture. You know, I've always been a cowboy. I'm always going to be a cowboy. Or for a long time, I've been a Christian. For a long time, I've been a husband. For a long time, I've been a father to children. But I want to tell you something. I look at myself and the things that I do as the backbone that makes up this body of Tyson. Now, Christianity is my flesh and blood. It's who I am. It's what pumps through my veins. It's the love of Jesus. It's the love of country. It's a love of lifestyle, this cowboy lifestyle. Now, being a cowboy is who I am. I identify as a cowboy, a male cowboy. And I like riding horses. I like getting out here in the pasture in this God's great green creation, breathing the fresh air, enjoying my time with my horse, communicating with her and having fun. Above and beyond that, I'm a father. I'm a husband. You know, I believe being a strong man means showing up for your family, not leaving them out in the dark while you're out partying, having fun, drinking with your buddies. I don't have hobbies. A lot of people got hobbies. I don't have hobbies. Maybe someday I'll have a hobby, but my hobby is my ranch, my businesses, my God, my family. God and family first, businesses and all that other stuff at the end. And so I don't play golf. I don't do a lot of the things that a lot of guys do, and I just simply don't have the time for it. And the reason that I'm shooting this video is because I've been hearing all these people on social media talking about, hey, you can only do one thing. You can only be one thing. So like if I'm a cowboy, I just need to represent online, you know, as a cowboy. That's what I need to be. And I just don't think that's true. I can be a cowboy. I love my horses, but I can also be a Christian. I can also be an entrepreneur. I can also like, you know, digital media and marketing and advertising. I can also like shooting these videos and sharing knowledge because I think that knowledge needs to be shared from one generation to the next. Think about it with your own life and your own friends and your own family. How many times has a loved one gone to the great blue yonder out there in heaven and the knowledge that they had went in the grave with them? I think that YouTube and social media is a tool like anything else, man. It can be used to kill somebody, hit them in the head, knock them dead, or it can be used to build that house, that dream that you've always had. And for me, I like to utilize social media, YouTube, all this stuff to lift people up, to motivate people, but also to call out a little bit of the BS that's in the world. The world's full of BS right now. I don't care if you're talking about, you know, politics or you're talking about what they're trying to push on our kids or any of that. I believe that you got to use whatever platform that you have to go and share that with the world. And so the point of this video is to tell you that you can be anything that you want to be. And I know that sounds cliche, but just because you're a cowboy doesn't mean that you can't like marketing. Just because you're a cowboy doesn't mean that you can't be an entrepreneur, a business person. Just because you're a cowboy or not a cowboy doesn't mean that you have to do just one thing your whole life. It's okay to try a lot of different things. It's okay to do a lot of different things. It's okay to really find out what you love and what trips your trigger. And it's okay to go out there and put that out there into the world. Myself, to be honest with you, I've tried about 1 million different things. I think that's why I know a little bit about a lot. I like to speak languages. I speak 3 languages. I like business. I like marketing. But guess what? I don't like just one business. I want multiple income streams. So I'm, you know, involved in belt buckles. I'm involved in clothing manufacture. I'm involved in all kinds of stuff. And my point is, you don't have to only do one thing. But whatever you do, you got to do it with all your heart. You cannot half-ass your way through life chilling, watching YouTube all day, or watching Netflix all day, or just chilling. And I just want to wake up the young men out there that have got their nose stuck in TikTok or Instagram, and they're just comparing their, you know, their real life, their trouble, to what looks like a perfect life on Instagram and TikTok and all these things. Trust me, I got friends that got millions of followers. They got problems too. I've got quite a few followers. I got lots of problems too. Things happen, okay? Do not compare your life in the real world to the TikTok life or the Instagram life, and you can do whatever you want. You can do 5 things, right? It's going to take you longer to master 5 things at one time, but don't let anybody tell you how you got to have it all figured out at 20 years old. It doesn't need to be that way. Heck, I'm 40. I'll be 40 in a month, and I'm just now starting to get a handle on what I really want to do with the rest of my life, right? I've been a professional athlete. I've been an entrepreneur, been a husband, been a father, been a Christian, been all of these things. Traveled the world, met different cultures, and I think the worst advice I ever got is that you have to figure out what you want to do right after college or right out of high school, and shame on you if you don't know that. I think that's the worst advice one could ever give, because to be honest with you, for me, I just have not been happy doing one thing. Maybe it's ADD, maybe it's because I was dyslexic, maybe it's because I like to move fast on everything I do. I don't know why it is, but I like doing a lot of different things. But everything I do with a cowboy hat on my head, and I do with Christianity in my heart. You see, I take those two things with me to whatever I do. Again, whether it's business, whether it's social media, whether it's marketing, whether it's my online mentorship program, the No Limits Mentorship Program, whether it's anything that I do, rodeoing, everything I take with me, I take cowboy ethics and I take a Christian heart. Those are the two things I take with me. And those that tell you you can only do one thing in your life, they're lying to you. They want you to get that college education, that 4-year degree. Maybe back in the day it was just right, but today it's not right. I don't believe that you have to go to college to be successful. I just don't believe it. I've seen too many millionaires, too many billionaires, too many happy families, too many people who are successful in their own right, whether they're millionaires or not, that are successful without college. Now, if you want to go to college, that's great. But there's a subset of folks that it's not for everybody. And so if you're a young person, take this as your wake-up call. You don't have to have it all figured out at 20 or even 30 years old. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, try to keep up with the Joneses. Run your race and don't look side to side. It's like a racehorse. A racehorse, when they're running, they're putting their blinders on. They're not looking at anything other than the finish line. And that's what you should look at. Run your race, not somebody else's, not something that somebody put into your heart. Run your race. Enjoy your life. Do what you're called to do in your heart. And whatever you would identify as, like I'm a cowboy, right? That's what I believe in. Firm handshake, look a man in the eye, honesty, integrity, strength, kindness, all of these things. Whatever you identify in, take that with you wherever you go in the world. Me, it's cowboy, and it's a Christian heart. That's what I choose to take. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different than I normally do. If you like it, let me know. Adios.